Down syndrome is a genetic condition which occurs when there's an extra chromosome 21. This extra chromosome 21 leads to physical and cognitive development challenges, leading to intellectual disability. With the occupational therapists, we are the health professions who support these children to develop, maintain, or recover skills they need to live a meaningful life. Children with Down syndrome experience motor skill delays. This is due to their low muscle tone and poor posture control. They have challenges with their gross motor skills, the large movements, and fine motor skills, the small movements. The fine motor skills which are affected are hard coordination skills, their ability to grasp and pick small objects like these ones. And the gross motor skills we talk about their ability to sit, crawl, jump, and walk or stand independently. They have challenges with the neck control, trunk control, impairing them to be able to sit, crawl, reach out for objects, more so when they're playing. Most children are unable to stand independently. Some children, this affects them to perform activities of daily living, which they are required to do. That means feeding themselves. Social participation, they are also affected due to their limited movements. Occupational therapists help children with Down syndrome to improve their fine motor performance skills, to perform skills like ability to grasp, reach out, and also have self-feeding skills. When we talked about self-feeding skills, in other words, independent feeding, the skills which enable us to do that are, we have the fine motor skills, we have the hand-to-mouth coordination skills, hand-to-eye coordination skills, the reach-out skills, and our ability to grasp objects or food. Now, in this case, where occupational therapists come in with different activities to strengthen our fine motor skills or our hand fingers so that we are able to grasp food, and also they have come up with activities to improve our coordination skills so that we are able to take the food to the mouth by ourselves. Children with Down syndrome, they also have sensory issues which also impair them to grasp certain food textures. You could find that some are interested in picking matoke but are not interested in holding meat. So occupational therapists also come up with interventions to support children with such challenges so that they can be able to grasp all types of foods irrespective of the texture so that they can take them to the mouth. However, intervention we use different tasks. We use tasks to do weight bearing on the tummy. We do weight bearing on the upper limbs so that they can strengthen their muscles of their fingers, so that they can also strengthen their muscles to hold objects, and also they can strengthen their muscles to be able to manipulate things, objects from one hand to another. Still, occupational therapists, they have different intervention skills. We can have different textures to expose to these children so that they can get used to holding different textures, which could reflect the different textures of food. Also, we have some shared intervention with the speech and language therapist, the all motor exercises so that they are able to chew and eat food. So this one is done in consultation with the speech and language therapist. Also, they have sensory issues in the mouth whereby they can also regulate certain textures of food. Here, occupational therapists come up with design treatment plan to improve their oral motor function so that they can take any texture of food. Still, with occupational therapy, we give practice tasks. We engage parents into daily living activities so that they can practice their writing, curling, giving them adaptive utensils so that they can be able to perform and live an independent life. Basically, every therapeutic activity given is play. We can look at using building blocks to improve their fine motor skills. We can look at strengthen their exercises through weight bearing. We can look at giving them pointing prompting activities whereby they are required to point. We can give them sorting activities, or we can do a sensory bin, so that they can keep on sorting activities, small items from one thing to another. We can also have molding clay so that they can improve their fine motor skills or coordination, bilateral hand coordination. We can also still look at their abilities to do scribbling, shading, cutting papers. All these are strategies we borrow or we use to improve their fine motor skills. They could be also bins we can design for them, whereby they can keep on sorting objects from one bin to another. Or we can also do painting, paper painting, wall painting. All these are basic strategies we use for them to improve their fine motor skills. However, also to improve their fine motor skills, we need to put in mind that we improve their interest and concentration, cognitive skills, basically, so that they can always be motivated to perform. We can use these imported materials like doors so that they can try buttoning exercises. We can give them button practice so that they can learn how to dress, how to button on toys, or we can even use sensory boards basically to improve, where we can put a switch, where we can put a tap, where we can put a zip, so that they are basically using their fine motor skills. So this basically enhances their fine motor performance.